Today we're at Wynnum Transport Office. So for those of you doing your test here, make sure you watch this video in its entirety. There'll be quite a few tips and tricks. Take off, indicate, start rolling forward. Just watch out for the pedestrian. And then just start turning. The first tricky part, or at least not even tricky part, but what you want to do is you want to slow down at this point just so you can see if there's any pedestrians walking across. So real nice and slow, make sure no pedestrians. And then we're going to turn left from here. We're going to do one tire at a time just so we don't scrape the bottom of the car. No one's coming, so we're good to continue going. First set of traffic lights that come up, you got the option to go left, straight or right. If you turn right, you obviously got to be in that right lane. And if you do turn right, you pretty much come up to the railway crossing straight away, so be wary of that. If you go straight from the lights, you can see the signs up ahead telling you there's a 50 zone, but also there's a pedestrian crossing coming up ahead. However, we're going to turn left. When you turn left onto Florence Street here, one, it's a giveaway light or a shared light, meaning there's no arrow on the light. So if the light goes green, I'll have to check my left-hand side to make sure no pedestrians and cyclists are going through, and then I'm good to make my turn. As soon as you make this left turn onto Florence Street, the speed drops down to 40 because it gets into a built-up area, and this is heading towards like the Bay Area as well, near the water. And this whole left side is pretty much a 40, whether it's an all-day 40 or all-day school zone 40. So just make sure you're looking out for the signs. But like I said, it's all well signed for you. So checking, it's all clear, so I'm good to go. And then straight away I can see the 40 sign come up. People already on the middle of the road, so just approaching nice and carefully. And then when it's safe, try getting to a safe speed limit, or at least a safe range of the speed limit. People all around, so just nice and careful. I'm not even trying to get to 40 here. I'm sitting like mid 30s and it's feeling safe. Set of traffic lights, it seems pretty random, but just make sure you are looking out for that. And then with this intersection coming up, guys, it can be a bit tricky sometimes, because what happens is you have a stop sign, you have space for one car, and then you got the pedestrian crossing. So this white car in front of me is going to move to the stop sign. I actually can't go and wait behind them. I have to wait on this side of the pedestrian crossing so that I don't block up the crossing. Once the white car moves off, I need to scan left and right, make sure no one's walking on the crossing, and then I need to move into that position myself. So scan, all clear, move up. I'm going to turn right, so indicate right. This one is tricky because you got stop signs and you got pedestrian crossings on every single side. I got a vehicle coming from my left, so I'm going to give them way, and I got the pedestrian walking on the right hand side. Continue scanning through your intersections, all clear. So I'm going to move up and I'm going to turn in. Scan the crossing again, all clear, so I can just keep on going. But you can see on the left hand side there's still a 40 zone. So nice and easy. You can see how busy this area is as well, so you can see why they've dropped it down. I got people to the right there. Just want to confirm that they're not going to be walking across, and then I'm going to keep going. If you're ever unsure if the people on the crossing are going to walk across, just take the safer option. Just come to a stop. And so like you can already see, we've passed quite a few pedestrian crossings. Clear. And then the next one is clear as well. Person coming out, so I'm just going to be a bit careful on the left here. And then here's the first all-day school zone. So currently it's 11 a.m. However, this school zone is active because, like I said, it's an all-day school zone. So just nice and careful. Lights are green, so I'm good to keep going. And so since we've started this video, it's been a 40. This is pretty much the first 50 that we've come across. And what I am going to do is I'm going to take this left turn. So left indicator, check my mirrors, shoulder check, make sure no cyclists sitting in your blind spot there, and then just take the turn. Heading down towards like the riverfront. It's all Wynnum's also to a certain part known for its like real wide roads. However, just because it's wide doesn't mean you want to be sitting in the middle of the road. You still want to be, on your side. But obviously give enough distance to the cars parked up on the left. Gonna turn right, so indicate, check my mirrors, all clear, and just get into position. Right side clear, left side clear. take this right turn again. So indicate, check my mirrors, start lining up, try to get perpendicular to the turn, hand over hand, straight into position. There's a lot of intersections as well, so like sometimes the intersections will be blocked by the trees, so if you can't see the actual sign, make sure you're still looking out for the sign and the line, sorry. So here I can see the sign, but I can also see the line, so I'm just going to we're going to continue straight, so I'm just going to come to the stop first. There's a real good example. So I can't see anything from my right and I can't really see too much to my left. As long as I've come to the stop, what you are allowed to do is, once it's as clear as it can get, you are allowed to creep forward a bit. So don't just assume no one's coming and get going. You always want to creep forward in these types of intersections. So using acceleration and using brake. All right, both sides clear, so then I'm going to take off. That doesn't just apply here, guys. That'll apply in a lot of places where you're taking a turn or you're going straight at an intersection, but there's cars blocking your view. Don't be in a hurry to get out of there. Just make sure you're doing your check. So like here's another one. I'm going to continue straight. Left side's clearing up. Right side I can't really see too much, so I'm just going to creep up. Cars coming, so I'm going to wait for them. There's one more coming from the right hand side, so I'm just going to wait for them. And then I'm going to creep up again. So left side clear, right side clearing, left side clear, 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 and then just take off. With that method, you also don't want to, like, obviously take your time with it. You don't want to take overly long with it. Don't like awkwardly be sitting in the middle of the road or the middle of the lane. Alright, at the end of the road here, I'm just going to turn right, head back down towards like the central area. Just want to go over the railway crossing. So unmarked intersection means no lines here, no signs either. So just going to come in, give way. Left side car, right side clear, car coming, so I'm just going to stop here. And now the right side's busy as well, so just got to stop here. Right side clearing up after the white car. Left side clearing up as well. Clear, clear. And then just going to take off. Continue straight. Left lane is ending up there, so make sure you're doing your scan. So I'm going to scan my mirror, quick shoulder check, and then just keep moving. So obviously the speed limit did say 60 there, but you can kind of see how busy the area is at this time of the day. So I probably wouldn't even get to 60. Not only that, it drops down to 50 straight away as well. Cars coming through, so I'm just going to be real nice and careful, not trying to rush into them. On the approach, I'm going to start scanning left and right off the crossing here, so I don't have to get there and then, you know, stop unnecessarily. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn left at this set of traffic lights. So once again, left at a give way or a shared light. So I'm going to come in, indicate position, and just come to a stop. Once it goes green, I'm just going to scan the left hand side here, make sure no one's coming. No pedestrians or cyclists, that is. As soon as I make this left turn, it does put me back. There'll be the railway crossing or the train tracks. So as long as the gates are up and the lights aren't flashing, I'm good to go through. However, if they do start flashing, if the gates for the railway crossing do start flashing, and the gates start coming down, it is your responsibility to come to a safe stop. So light goes green, check my mirrors, shoulder check, make sure no cyclists speeding through, and then make the turn. So here are the train tracks, you can see, not going down yet, so I'm good to just continue going through. .50 in this area, we're starting to move away from the central area. 50 here, but this area is quite a lot of intersections. Going to turn left. In some of these wider streets, it's you're better off doing your shoulder check when you are turning, just because they're wide. There's potential for cyclists to be there, and normally there will be cyclists here. So coming here, I can't really see that give way sign until about this point, but I can see the dotted lines on the ground, so I know I'm going to have to go give way. Because I'm going straight, I know I've got to give way to multiple sides, so I come in nice and controlled. Real difficult to see with these intersections, so make sure you creep forward. Don't just assume no one's coming. Alright, at this next intersection coming up, we don't have the give way, but you still want to come in nice and controlled just to make sure no one's doing anything silly. And then at this one, we're going to turn right. The reason I'm turning right onto Pine Street here, guys, if we head up to the right a little bit further, there's this really awkward give way that I want to go to. Oh, sorry, I'm going to go straight. I'm not going to turn right. Alright, left side's clear, right side clearing. That's my cue to get going. Alright, so this is the right turn I'm going to take. So I'm going to turn right here. So you'll probably notice me, like for a lot of these intersections, kind of leaning up forward, or probably even just creeping up beyond the stop or the giveaway line. It's just because there's so many cars parked up. It's just what you'll need to do. So up ahead is what I'm talking about, guys. So this, from here, it just looks like it's a continuing road for us. There doesn't really look to be much going on. As you get a bit closer, some of the signs start appearing, but I've seen students mess this up and they'll just fail to like check their right side. So I'm going to continue straight. So I'm just going to check. Yep, clear, check my mirrors, shoulder, all clear, so I can just keep going there. That one is a bit awkward because the road just looked completely straight for us, but I have seen students get caught out with that. So just make sure as you're coming in, firstly, best advice I can give is just look out for the signs. The giveaway sign is there, the dotted line is there as well. Roundabout coming up, I want to take the third exit, so I'm going to indicate right. And then just get into position. I can see no one's coming, and because it's a giveaway, I don't need to stop, just keep it moving. Stay in the middle, count them out, 1, 2, and I want to take the next one, so I'm just going to start drifting off to the left a little bit. Indicator, shoulder check, and then just take the exit nice and easy. 60 road here. It does look fairly residential, but it said 60, so I'm going to try keeping to 60. If the conditions get any, busier, then obviously feel free to drop it down, because you're always driving to the conditions of the road or the conditions of that current situation. On longer roads like this, it can be very easy to lose sight of your speed and accidentally creep up. But yeah, firstly, the first few tips I can give you is, one, just keep it like 3, 4, 5 kilometers underneath the speed limit, and then just scan down at your speed often. Even on straight roads like that, it might seem like you're holding the same speed you were a second or two ago, but sometimes the car can speed can pick up very quickly without the student realizing. Alright, turning right here, so I'm going to leave that indicator on. Just going to hop into the right lane, guys. So right indicator, check. All clear. And then I'm just going to take this right turn coming up, so check mirrors. Just slow it straight in. Just going to turn left at the end. Like I was mentioning earlier, guys, with some of these left turns on these wider roads when there's a parking bay, you probably want to do a shoulder check. So I'm going to go mirror, shoulder, just to to make sure there's no cyclist sitting in my blind spot there, and then make the turn, and then straight away drop it back down to 50. Gonna go and turn left at the roundabout, first exit, so indicate, check mirrors, and then start scanning off to the right. First car going along, second car turning left, so I'm gonna get moving as well. And then nice and easy, just take the exit. So obviously at the roundabout, you're giving way to your right hand side. However, the right car was, one, turning left, so they weren't gonna cross our path, and two, they were waiting for the car to their right, so I knew I had a bit of time to just kind of enter into the roundabout. Scan the crossing up ahead, make sure no one's crossing, and keep going. Up ahead we got another roundabout coming up, so same thing, just going to continue straight this time though. The approach to the roundabout, just going to start controlling speed, checking my mirrors. I've got a bike lane to the left of me, and I want to continue straight. So on the approach, just slightly pull in a little bit, give way to the right, no one, and then keep moving. On the exit, left indicator, quick shoulder check, and take the exit. Nice and easy. They start bringing you down this way on your test, guys. It's usually because you're probably headed towards the motorway, because there is a chance they can take you on the motorway here at Wynnum. It can be a bit, I want to say tricky, but more so maybe nerve-wracking, because it's right near the airport, so a lot of the heavy, like bigger trucks are coming through, and so having to drive side by side with them, or having like one of the bigger trucks sitting right behind you, can be very daunting, especially as a learner driver. But just make sure you kind of keep in your lane position, make sure you're keeping your speed at an appropriate speed, you should be fine. We're going to take the first exit at the roundabout, so what I'm going to do, left indicator, bike lane to the left, so do the shoulder check, clear it, now start scanning the intersection. Clear to the right, shoulder check on the exit. That's it. And then just going to take this right turn coming up here. Tight squeeze through these two cars, so just going to come in nice and controlled, get parallel with the cars at the curb, and then start turning back in again. I've seen a lot of students, they'll cut over too early with those turns because they think, oh, I'm already in the middle, I may as well, just start taking the turn early. And then there's usually a car oncoming. Make sure you still try, even when you have to make movements like that, still try making the turn from your side of the road. I'm gonna turn right here, so indicator. This one's a pretty wide intersection, so just gonna have to make sure no one's coming for a bit longer. Same thing, can't really see too much, so just gonna creep forward. Left side's clear, right side's clear. Just gonna creep up, one more check. And then once I'm done, just quickly scan my rear view mirror just to make sure nothing's popped out. And then left from here, and it pretty much takes you towards the motorway. So indicator, check my mirrors, start scanning white car and the ute to the right of me, so I'm just gonna slow. No one behind the ute, so I know after the ute I can get going. Quick shoulder check for the bike lane, and then just keep it moving. Up ahead we got the 60. Another railway crossing coming up ahead. However, gates are up, lights aren't flashing, so I'm good. As long as I'm just slowing down just a tiny bit. And then at the lights, I'm going to turn right. So this is where they can help you onto the motorway, which is what I'm going to do. I've seen a lot of mistakes students make on the motorway is one, they will start picking up speed too early. So just make sure you control your speed leading up to it. So right indicator, move into the lane. Green arrow, green light. Going to control. And now just go and make the turn. Alright. So we've pretty much hopped onto the motorway. Or at least the on-ramp I should say, not the actual motorway. So fairly similar to other videos where we can see the left lane is ending in 200 meters. So I'm going to have to hold my speed. And then once I get a bit closer, I need to scan the left mirror and the left shoulder just to make sure there's no one in there trying to do anything silly. And then the 90 only picks up from here, so I need to hold my speed for the time being. And now that I've passed it, now I can start smoothly accelerating. Once you do pass that sign, try getting up nice and comfortably. Don't take too long doing it. And I can see my lane is going to end, so I need to merge over. I want to do it at an appropriate speed. I've got up mid-80, so I'm going to indicate, check mirrors, shoulder check, and then just merge straight over. And normally if they bring you onto the motorway, they'll bring you on one entry and they'll take you off the next exit. So I'm pretty much just going to take the next exit coming up. When you are on the motorway though, if there is a vehicle in front, make sure you're leaving safe distance. It's 90, I'm sitting about that 87, 88, which is what you want to be sitting. Exit's coming up, so I'm going to start scanning my mirrors, start indicating, quick shoulder check, and then just ease into the exit. Don't need to brake too suddenly, but I can see the 60s coming up, so now I'm just going to gradually keep getting down, gradually, and then there's the 60, and then you got all the yellow markers telling you which way the road is kind of going. And then from here, they'll pretty much start taking you back towards the test center. So what I'm going to do at the lights, I'm going to turn left. So just scanning my mirrors, make sure it's safe to start indicating and slowing down. And I can see the dotted lines at the end. So I know it's a giveaway. Lights green, slip lane. So just do a quick check just to confirm. And then I'm good to just keep rolling through. Left lane ending, quick mirror check, shoulder check. And then 60 speed limit, so just smoothly pick up. We've got an intersection coming up, and we've got the railway crossing to the right as well. So if you turn left from this intersection, guys, you pretty much go towards the all-day school zone, and it's a pretty long one. So make sure you know where the school zone starts and where it ends. I'm going to turn right though, so I'm going to firstly just come to the stop. Cars coming from the right, car coming from the left. Right side clears up, left side cars coming. So I'm just going to stop here. So yeah, if you go down this way, and I can also see, just looking here, there's a construction zone down there as well, so both sides are clear. However, this is a very important thing, guys. Now you can probably notice the lights have started flashing for the railway crossing. So you'd want to notice that before you start moving up, because if I were to start moving up, or if a student were to start moving up, because the lights had started flashing, that would have been a fail, and the examiner would have to intervene, obviously. So not only did I have to give way to left and right, I also had to scan the railway crossing and the actual lights of the railway. And you can probably see from here, if I were to move up, I'd pretty much be blocking incoming traffic. So this is where you would stop for this railway crossing here. Don't think, oh yeah, I'm just going to creep up there and just wait over there. This is where you'd have to stop. But come back to the left-hand side, there is a car coming, but like I said, the left-hand side, there is also that all-day school zone. It's a pretty long one as well. It kind of goes almost like a kilometer or two. So make sure you know when you've entered a school zone and when you've exited as well. Now, left side, car coming, right side, cars coming. Right side's clearing up, and I'm going to take this opportunity to get going. And then I'm going to turn left, mirror, shoulder. Person walking across, nice and easy. Alright. Now these types of situations can arise on your test. Now normally there's no roadworks going on this road, however there is here. So the roadworks will take priority over the natural speed limit of this road. So what I'm going to do, they've directed that I can keep going slowly. So I'm just going to make my way through nice and easy. Normally they'll have a speed limit. For this one, they didn't have one, but normally it is 40. However, it looks like it's a bit tight up here, so I'm pretty much just sitting like that mid to high 20s. Make my way through. And then right there you can see the end roadwork sign. However, up till there I can't start going 60, so I've got to wait till I pass it. So make sure you do pass. Once we've passed it now we can start picking up the speed. People on the left here, so just coming in nice and controlled. Scan the crossing, 60 speed limit, so smoothly start picking up. If there's cars parked up like this, obviously if there's no one coming through, feel free to veer off over this white line a bit and then come back over when it's safe to do so. Another car parked up awkwardly on the bend, so scan beyond the bend, make sure no one's oncoming. Slightly move out, not too much, and then move back in when it's safe to do so. I've seen students, when there's parked cars, they'll either not move away and they'll get very close to the parked car, or they'll overdo it and they'll move too far away. Make sure you're like getting that distance down. Car coming from the other side, so I'm just going to let them pretty much finish before I go in. So let them finish, scan my mirrors, smoothly move away from these cars a little bit. because I need to be a little bit on their side, which is why I let them finish first, and then straight back over onto my side. Coming up to the giveaway, I'm going to continue straight, so nice and easy into this. Scan the left, car coming, and the right, a few cars coming. Left side's clear now, right side turning, so I'm going to use this opportunity to get going. And then at the end of the road, the examiner shouldn't have to tell you what to do here, because like we can see the arrow from here, or the marking from here is telling us we can only turn left. So make sure you still have to indicate for these ones. Do the scan, it's just a giveaway. Nice and easy, keep it moving. School zone, but this isn't an all-day school zone, so we're good to keep to the speed limit. And so pretty much just making our way back to the test center now. Nice and easy. Avoid the parked cars and people working on the left there. One more railway crossing coming up. Gates are up, lights aren't flashing, so just going to control speed over the bumps. That's it, and then just keep going. Scan side to side for the crossing, clear on this side, clear on that side. Continue going, and then right at the roundabout, so indicator, mirrors. Give way, another car coming through. See, and I'm just going to take this exit here. Going to continue straight at the roundabout. It'll pretty much take us straight back to the roundabout, to the test center, sorry. So right side cars, but they're waiting for their right, so that's my cue to get going. And then once again, just scan the crossing. Make sure no one's walking across, but make sure no one's approaching either. So if they're approaching and then they're at that close distance, make sure you give them way. Here, turning back into the test center, so left indicator, check my mirrors, shoulder check, and I'm going to kind of creep up to the left side so I can leave the right side clear, and then I'm going to indicate and see what this pedestrian does. Sometimes they'll let you go, and sometimes they'll go instead. Quickly shoulder check, make sure no other pedestrians, and then just go straight in. And that's pretty much the end of the test there, guys.